Imagine this. You walk outside one night and the sky is empty. No glow, no silver disk, just darkness, stretching endlessly above you. The moon gone, no warning, no explosion, no trace. At first it feels like a silent miracle. The tides calm, the nights grow darker. But within hours, the world begins to change in ways no one can control. The oceans move differently. The earth itself trembles. Animals lose their rhythm. And within months, humanity realizes the moon was never just a light in the sky. It was the invisible heartbeat of our planet. Without it, everything we know begins to unravel. This is what would happen if the moon disappeared. The balancing act. The moon and Earth are locked in a delicate cosmic dance, one that's been unfolding for over 4 billion years. Born from a colossal collision between a young Earth and a Mars-sized body known as Theia, the moon has shaped nearly every rhythm of life since the beginning. Every tide, every eclipse, every stable day we experience owes something to the moon's gravitational pull. It tugs on our oceans, creating the high and low tides that have influenced life's evolution from the very start. That slow rhythm, water rushing in, then drawing back, guided early sea creatures to adapt, to evolve, to crawl onto land. But if the moon vanished overnight, that balance would be destroyed. The tides would shrink, not vanish entirely, but weaken dramatically. The sun would still pull on Earth's oceans, but its influence is far weaker. Our coastlines would calm, and ecosystems would collapse. Creatures like sea turtles, crabs, and certain fish species that depend on the moon's light or tidal movement would lose their ancient cues. Migration patterns would fail, reproduction cycles would falter. In a matter of weeks, entire food chains could break down. But this is just the beginning. The planet that begins to wobble. You see, the moon doesn't just pull on our oceans, it pulls on our planet itself. That subtle tug keeps Earth's axial tilt, about 23.5 degrees, remarkably stable. Without the moon's steadying force, Earth would start to wobble like a slowing top. Over thousands, maybe even hundreds of years, our tilt could swing wildly, from nearly upright to as much as 60 degrees. That means seasons would change in unpredictable, catastrophic ways. Imagine summers where the Arctic melts entirely, followed by winters so severe that crops couldn't grow for years. The equator could become a desert wasteland, while the poles might sometimes bask in sunlight for months. This instability would rewrite climate patterns, shift winds and ocean currents, and plunge the planet into environmental chaos. Human civilization, built on predictable seasons, would struggle to survive such erratic swings. The moon is like Earth's anchor in space. Take it away, and the world starts to drift. Not through space, but through chaos. Nights of eternal darkness. If the moon disappeared, nights would never look the same again. For millennia, it has been our natural lantern, guiding travelers, hunters, and dreamers alike. Without it, nights would become almost twice as dark. In rural areas far from city lights, you wouldn't be able to see your hand in front of your face. The consequences would go beyond human vision. Countless nocturnal animals depend on moonlight. Predators like owls and wolves time their hunts with the lunar cycle. Insects like moths navigate using moonlight, an instinct that evolved over millions of years. Without that glow, many would lose their way, starve, or fail to reproduce. Entire nocturnal ecosystems would collapse silently in the darkness. In humanity, we'd feel that absence too, not scientifically, but emotionally. Because for thousands of years, the moon has shaped our myths, our calendars, even our sanity. Its disappearance would leave not just a hole in the sky, but a void in the human soul. The slowing Earth. The moon's pull has been gradually slowing Earth's rotation for billions of years, by about 1.5 milliseconds per century. That's why our days are 24 hours long today, instead of the 18-hour days of early Earth. Without the moon's influence, that slowdown would stop. Earth's spin would stabilize at its current speed. But there's a catch. The moon also acts as a counterweight, reducing wobble as Earth spins. Without it, our days could become subtly chaotic. The length of a day might vary unpredictably over thousands of years, creating strange cycles of light and dark. For future generations, keeping precise time might become nearly impossible. And then there's the emotional aspect again. The rhythm of tides, days, and months that humanity has always lived by would lose its anchor. The lunar calendar, once guiding harvests and rituals, would become a relic of a lost world. The sky itself would change. If the moon disappeared, the night sky would become unrecognizable. No more crescent, half, or full moon phases. No eclipses, ever again. Solar eclipses, those brief moments where the moon perfectly covers the sun, would vanish from history. And since the moon stabilizes Earth's tilt, even the view of the stars would slowly drift over millennia. Constellations would move. The North Star, once a fixed guide, would wander across the sky. Astronomy, navigation, even astrology, everything rooted in celestial rhythm, would be rewritten. And yet, some scientists believe this cosmic loss could also open a strange new era of discovery. With the moon gone, telescopes could peer deeper into space without lunar glare. We might see more distant galaxies and faint celestial objects that were once hidden, but this gain would be bittersweet. A clear sky born from cosmic tragedy. Earth's last defense. The moon has always been our silent shield. Its gravity affects not just tides and stability, but the very fate of life on Earth. Throughout history, the moon's presence has helped deflect or capture asteroids that might otherwise have struck us. Without it, the frequency of impacts could increase slightly over millions of years. Even a 10% rise in large asteroid collisions would change everything. The moon bears the scars of ancient impacts, craters that took the hits so Earth didn't have to. If it disappeared, our planet would once again be exposed to the full chaos of space, a reminder that cosmic peace is never guaranteed. The moon's absence wouldn't just change tides or time, it would strip Earth of its quiet protector. Could humanity survive? Theoretically, yes. We could adapt. Technology would replace moonlight, satellites could track tides, artificial systems could simulate natural cycles. But emotionally, and perhaps spiritually, humanity would lose something profound. The moon connects us across every culture, every generation. It's been a symbol of love, madness, longing, and time. It has inspired poems, guided sailors, and marked the passage of months before calendars even existed. If it vanished, we'd feel its absence in ways we can't measure. A quiet ache, as if the world itself lost its reflection. Because the moon is more than a rock in the sky. It's a mirror of our existence. Constant yet ever-changing, distant yet intimate. And perhaps that's the true mystery of this thought experiment. The moon doesn't just shape the Earth, even when it shapes us. So, what if the moon disappeared? The seas would calm, then decay, the Earth would wobble, the climate would spin out of control, and nights would drown in darkness, and over centuries, life would adapt, or fade. But maybe the greatest loss wouldn't be physical. It would be the silence in our skies. That pale, gentle companion that's watched over humanity since the beginning would be gone, leaving us alone under a vast, indifferent universe. The moon's disappearance isn't just the end of tides or seasons. It's the end of our cosmic story's rhythm. Because the moon was never just above us. It was part of us. And if it ever vanished, the Earth and everything that lives upon it would never be the same again.